divided now, but we're supposed to
unfortunately
come together right now.
Unfortunately, most times when these things happen, we blame the government.
Yeah.
And of course, the government should take the bulk of the blame because we feel that, and we know that it is the government that should secure the lives of its citizens or citizens. But the fact is that in one way or the other too, we also have a way we can contribute to ending crises such as this. Like you said, division. This is one thing we do not need at a time like this. We all go to our churches, we go to our mosque, we go to pray, which is something we should do.
Yes.
We should call on God, just like we started, committing our nation in the hands of God. It is something we should do regularly and more than ever before. Be connected to God and keep praying, but then we shouldn't stop at that. One of us this morning, you were there too, was saying, I'm praying for myself.
Yes.
And I was like, this is not time to just pray for yourself. It's a time to pray for the whole nation. Because when your country is at war, when your country is unsettled, when your country is not peaceful, it will affect you eventually.
Definitely.
So it should be about Nigeria before anything else.
It should be our
praying for our country. And then while we are that too, we should also fight this division. At times like this, we tend to focus more on things that divide us. Ethnicity, tribalism, religious differences. This is no time for us to start fanning the embers of hatred or division. We are one people and we have just one enemy: banditry, terrorism, trying to tear apart Nigeria. So we should stand as one at a time like this and not allow people to turn us against one another. They say a house divided against itself cannot stand. How can we fight all of these challenges when we are divided among ourselves?
And we don't even trust our armed forces or security officials. Well, they need to rebuild trust with us, because imagine something is happening and we can't call them first because we think they won't attend to us, or the first thing they do is social media first. Social media before they think about the security. And it's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so.
So channeling it through the right authority, that is, the campaign has always been there, and that is one of the things we should do too. Besides praying, besides not breeding or pushing hatred, disunity, and division at a time like this. When you see something, say something. That has been like a regular campaign for years now. So what you're saying is, when you see something, you are afraid to say something.
I think one of us also said something, that a core member was posted to Kebbi, and he declined because of the insecurity. Many core members that were posted to the north declined because they will pass through road, and the fear of the unknown just made them defer the whole thing till next year. That if the insecurity is tackled.
And what if it's, we pray it doesn't stay persist.
We pray, we hope and pray.
All right, so that's also challenging our security agencies to build trust so that people can be encouraged to come to them and make reports. It's true that some people are afraid of doing that. You see something and you say, who do you want me to report to? I do not want to become the victim and things like that. It's true, some people are not confident about going to the police or the law enforcement agencies or agents to report things like that, but it is still the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do.
Our government is showing us that they care.
It is the right thing to do. And I believe that the law enforcement agencies too are not resting on their oars and believing that especially with what is confronting us right now. This is just to also implore them to put more measures in place to ensure that people can genuinely come with their complaints, with their reports, and can go to sleep that, okay, they will do it the proper way and carry it out the proper way. So besides that, the government. And we won't stop saying this.
We can't.
Because it is the duty and the responsibility of the government to also secure the lives and property of all our citizens. So we are imploring the government, imploring the government, and believing that the government will do all there is, all there can be, everything that can be done to ensure that we go back to those days where we can go to sleep, and feeling at peace. We can move around and not feel like we would be attacked anytime soon. We just hope that we can go back to those days.
And everywhere can be safe too, because if I had a child, honestly, my child would not go to school.
Why?
If I was a mother, my child wouldn't go to school at a time like this, because fear of the unknown is greater, because you don't know where these bandits have infiltrated, and it's terrible because
well, I'm quite sure, like I said, government is taking measures, and we are already seeing those results. We are already seeing results. For instance, like the news we received this morning, all 38 worshippers that were abducted have been rescued.
And I think they held service in the church yesterday again, and I'm like, why? And someone said, faith just keep pushing people. Yes, faith, prayer, unity, and a lot.
I'm quite sure these are things that we can overcome, and I believe that Nigeria will
be great again.
There's been an escalation, of course, and there was a time that it was this bad, and we overcame it. I believe that time is just around the corner. I believe that with the efforts being put in place by the government, and because Nigerians are more aware now, we will say something when we see something. I believe that things will go back to the way it used to be, the good way it used to be. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, if you were a mother, you would not keep your child at home.
Never.
Your child will go to school. Bless happiness, your child will go to school. The program is still Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM. We'll be taking a music break. We'll be right back.
Away.
Welcome back, and the program is still Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM. And a point of correction there, I said Ekiti, I meant Kwara State. The church, the worshippers were abducted in Iruku, in Kwara State, and not Ekiti. All right. So talking insecurity in Nigeria and what we can do as a people. We have talked about prayers. We have talked about not yielding to the pressure of allowing division to come between us at a time like this, and what the government also should do, securing the lives of our citizens. Another thing is, have you gone on social media and read what even us Nigerians are writing about our country? You know, we talk about a country not doing as well as we wanted to, yet we are not saying good things about our country. The thing is that we have no other place, or even if you leave Nigeria and you go away, you can never truly belong there. Yeah, this is your motherland. This is where you truly belong to. So when we go on social media and we say a lot of unprintable things, you know, terrible things about our country, we are not helping ourselves. Even if some people are proposing bringing war to Nigeria, I do not feel it is something that should be encouraged by us.
War is not an option. War should not be an option.
It isn't. It isn't.
Because it will do more harm than good.
Intervention, fine, but invasion?
Definitely no.
So I think as Nigerians too, we should work on how we view our country, how we view it, because it's a reflection of how we view ourselves, or the way we see ourselves. When we see terrible things about our country, how do we expect that country to flourish? How do we expect it to blossom? How do we expect it to grow? So we should work on that. Oh, you know, I quoted the Bible not quite long ago that a house that is divided, that a house that is against itself cannot stand. And even the Quran says that God will not change the condition of a people until they change that which is in their hearts. So when you view your country so terribly, and you say a lot of bad things about your country, and you say it onto your country, it's just like saying it into your country. You are invoking evil yourself.
But is this a case of ignorance?
Well, I wouldn't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe people do not know that there is power in words. And the way you think, the way you view something is the way it eventually turns out. Unless all of us decide that Nigeria will not stay down, then things like this may never stop happening. So, as Nigerians too, besides prayer, we can't go to church today, go to mosque tomorrow, and then turn against that same country in our speech, in our discussions, in our conversations. We need to start speaking that which is good into our country as well. What do you think?
Like you said, there's power in the tongue, there's power in words. But truly, I still feel even the literate, I feel it's a problem of ignorance and division, and social media too, because I think that causes more. In as much as the social media creates awareness, the harm it's causing, the harm it poses
I don't think the problem is with the social media. It's the way people use it.
Yeah, truly.
It is the way they use it. The social media is there for your use. You can promote whatever. Promote yourself well. Promote yourself negatively. It's your problem. It's what you use it for. It's like a tool.
People choose wrong.
It's like a tool. So what are you using it for? That is where the problem is. You go on social media, they talk about issues like this, about abductions. You expect prayers, you expect advice, counseling, admonition if necessary, and hope, message of hope. But you read the comments and you are appalled, happiness, you are angry. You are angry at what Nigerians are saying about us, about Nigeria itself, about its government. We all know that government has been making a lot of efforts, even governments at all levels. Even when they are not, I believe that they can be pushed, they can be advised, encouraged, and you have the right to talk. Okay, government should do this. We want constructive criticism.
Yeah.
But you read the comments and you hear, it's like they're cursing the nation. And how can you curse a nation and you expect that nation to make progress?
It's disheartening. It's really
so
disheartening.
God will not change the condition of a people unless they change that which is in their hearts. In what way are you contributing to the problem or the problems, the crisis, the challenges we are facing as a country?
And most of them just want to use violence to fight violence. Okay, I think there was a release last week or Sunday there about the police talking about peace talk. And someone said, why can't we arrest these bandits? Why create an avenue for peace talk? Arrest them, give us guns. Let's do the Israel style. Like, why do you want to use violence to fight violence? If everybody have arms now, don't you think you would turn against each other instead of fighting the main issue at hand? Imagine if I have arm right now and my neighbor. We
can't all take arms against one another.
Exactly.
So we will just leave that
we just need to fight insecurity.
To the security agencies, and I'm quite sure that will be done. Just let's keep praying for our country, doing our bit to make it better, and all will be fine with Nigeria. God bless Nigeria and God protect us. We'll now be joining the outside broadcast crew for the presentation of the year 2026 budget to the State House of Assembly by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde. Thank you for staying with us and see you next week.
Oluyole 88.5 FM. Tani gba kan bo lọ́wọ́ ọmú kò séyàn tí gbà kàtà lọ́wọ́.
Equally, we have the secretary to the state government. Deputy Chief of Staff, who's my very close friend, Honorable Adeni Adeyinka Bibire, is equally in our midst. I will use Musbao as a point of contact to hold the Honorable Commissioner in our midst. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, I'm glad to inform members of this assembly that almost all the notable traditional rulers, the father of the state, are all in our midst here. I will start with His Imperial Majesty, Oba Bimbola Akim Owade, Bàbá tí ń pè wẹ́ bàbá mi ṣe kábíyèsí o. Kábíyèsí o. Di Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́. Sitting next to Iku Baba Yeye is His Imperial Majesty Oba Afolabi Gandhi Olaoye. The son of Ogbomoso land, who is represented by High Chief Yusuf Oladipo, the Abbess of Ogbomoso. Sitting next to son of Ogbomoso is Baba Eleruwa of Eruwa, Oba Adegbola Samuel Adebayo Kabesio. Sitting next to him is my dear father, Oba Francis Olusola Hamo Olugbon of Orilegbon Kabesio. Sitting next to him is representative of Okere of Sake, Oba Gandhi Oyeniyi Olabisi. Sitting next to Baba Okere is Baba Aseyin of his saying Oba Sefi Olawale Oyebola Adeyeri Ajolotutuwa Kabesio. Sitting next to Baba is my own dear father, Baba Kabiesi Oba Sunday Oladapo Oyeniran, the Opeti of Ijeru land, who happen to be the imperial leader of all Oje sons and daughters worldwide. Kabiesi. Sitting next to him is Baba Olu of Igbora, Oba Jimoh Olajide Titiloye. Kabiesi. Sitting next to him is Baba Iba of Kisi, Oba Masud Aweda Lawa, Ariwa Joye Utu, Arowo Joye too. Baba Olu of Igbora is calling now, means Baba Oba Jimoh Olajide Titiloye. Kabiesi. Other traditional ruler in our midst are we? Okay, Baba Kidu of Ilora is calling our midst, Oba Opanide, Kabiesi. Next to our Kabiesi, I want to recognize the chairman and the district member of Oyo State Advisory Elder Council, Oyo State, the district member of Oyo State Elder Council, Dr. Kabalogun and Oluyole as a point of contact to all the other members of the Elder Council, and the chairman, the member of Oyo State Advisory Council.